Alright, it's the afternoon, Friday, February 3rd, I think, maybe 4th, I don't know, whatever Friday is, I lose track. Anyways, we're going to go for a little ride down the bicycle path, but I thought I'd film out towards the ocean and the big sidewalk. And we'll see what there is to see today. My game plan is to go all the way to Pina. So that's about well, it depends. If I go past Pina, even further, but to Pina from where we started is about 5.5 kilometers. Should be a fairly comfortable ride. Starting off today with 49% battery. We're going to try to use some of that up because I kind of just want to put a decent charge on it over the weekend. Thinking of going for a bigger ride next week sometimes. Need to make a stop off at the bicycle shop and see if I can set an appointment to get the bike all cleaned up. So the plans are somewhat open for the coming week. I'm going to try to work out with them that I can drop the bike off in the morning and pick it up later that day. It kind of works a little bit different. Most places I've been, things like that, it's like, yeah, drop it off when it'll be ready. I'll let you know. I prefer to make the appointment to know when they're going to actually work on it. So we'll see how that goes. Still working on some of the kiosks. I think, according to signage I saw sometime, I think they're supposed to be done this month. We'll see. It still have a little over 3 weeks to get it all done, so who knows? We're currently cruising along at 20 kilometers per hour. Just coming from the base. Plenty of people at the beach. The low tide this morning was really, really early, somewhere around sunrise, I think. So the tide's up. It's not full right now, but it is up. morning I went to the park not too far from the apartment and to do some light reading. The light reading is kind of not true. I guess it depends on how you think of Stephen King. I only brought one of his books with me, The Stand, because in actuality it's my favorite book, standalone book of his. And in part the irony of the time with the pandemic and all, it just seemed appropriate. And while I was there, two young men had asked me a couple of questions about where I understood there were some skating facilities there, and there is. It's just a big bowl, pretty deep. They wanted to know where it was, so I told them, and I told them I'd come over and see them skate a bit. So later on I did. It was brief. But they looked like they knew what they were doing. They're catching an airplane at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know if it's back where they came from or just another stop on their whatever they're doing, but we're going to Santa Catalina. I haven't been there, so I told him, gosh, I'd only known I could have got a ticket. But done with them. They didn't seem too excited about having an old man tag along with whatever they were up to. Can't say as I blame them. We're making great time here today. Not too many people on the bicycle path. They had been down to the skate park down this way. I assume they have been. But they really looked like they knew what they were doing. It would have been fun to see them down here too. I should have taken some video of them skating. That would have been good. I think about these things after the fact, you know. Right here is just a half pipe. But then again, it's still a good fun. Concrete half pipe. That's got to sting a little bit when you don't make it. every so often they build up these little playgrounds with swings and, you know, ropes and all kinds of fun stuff. I suppose if I was a kid, but you don't see too many kids playing. Not sure why. Park where I was at earlier today, they have some really nice built-up play areas. And I'll bet this morning there was probably three. Well, I know there were only 3 kids in the whole park playing on all the stuff. And you know, when you got 20 or 25 things to play on and there's only 3 kids, it really makes it look kind of empty. I think they had that playground when I was raising my kids. I think anytime I wondered where they were, that's where I would have looked first. Here's the other skate park, the bigger skate park. You know, nothing big, but it's got a lot of different uphills and downhills and curves. And somebody that knows what they're doing, I'm sure, will have a lot of fun there. Of course, soccer fields. These right here have concrete flooring, concrete field, and it's kind of an interesting game because the ball is kind of weighted, kind of a dead ball, so it really keeps the ball on the ground. And of course the bigger soccer fields here, dirt, sand. I've been down at times, seen them play at night under the lights. They take the game pretty serious. The leagues play at night. So a lot of times you'll get men slightly past their prime, way past their prime. I'll be down here playing, and it's kind of fun to watch. I think, you know, 30 pounds ago and a few years, they were all probably a lot more competitive. But their spirit of play hasn't diminished any over the years. You can see him want to make a move. Not quite there. Man, can I sympathize with that? Well, do we want to go into Temosa? Yes, we are at Pina. We're at the tail end of Pina. This is where I would sometimes bring my bike, but I don't have a lot of confidence in them. So there's another place closer to where I live, and I really like that. They held on to the bike a little longer than I would have liked last time, but they at least were willing to listen to me when I suggested what the problem might have been, and took the initiative to really find the problem. Boa tarde. These people. People sometimes look at you funny when you greet them on the streets. In this area, in other cities where everybody greets everybody on the street, kind of. You know, the Brazilian warmth you might hear about. This area here is not rather affluent, shall we say. But you find a lot of sincere people here, people just trying to make a living. Trying to raise a family. I get frustrated when I see these piles of construction and stuff around, because it'll sit there for weeks. This area here has a really great bicycle path. For a little while still. Volleyball field. Soccer, but just on the other side of that wall there is the ocean, so they net it pretty good. I don't really want to lose volleyballs or soccer balls. Watched a couple of games here one day. These were more teenage league. Yacht Club on our left. I've been there twice. Evenings, weird events. When you think of Yacht Club, you think of something different really than the Yacht Club here. Basically it was a couple of longer tables sitting on the cement pad. No boats. People with money, but still not what I would think when I was first invited to I do. Pretty upscale. Well, okay. I guess. I can enjoy being invited. That was kind of bumpy. A couple of bumps along here. We try to enjoy them best we can. guy's fishing, but he doesn't have a pole. He has a weight on the other end of it, and he chucks it out there as far as he can, and then his line is on a, it almost looks like a piece of, here on the left is the inlet to the marina. On our right is the ocean. We're in the middle with the tide up. The ocean's hitting the rocks, and every once in a while I can feel a little spray. We'll avoid that bump. Several fishermen along here. A lot of poles stuck in the wall. Ahead of us are some, translated, they're called statues, but I hate to call them statues. Typically when I think of a statue, I'm thinking, of a person or, something like that. These are just designs. Kind of curious looking, but it's what they are. I think what I'll do is come down here one day with the drone and fly around in there and try to get some good video of these things. I can ride down there, but with everything up in the air, I'm not sure what would come across on the GoPro. There, I found barricades. I have to snake my way through. I just might. But I really don't think there's going to be a whole lot to see. If I come down here one day, just walking down here, this little jetty goes out quite a ways down there. You can walk down there, and eventually the sidewalk runs out, and it becomes a bit of a footpath if you wanted to go see. Oi, tudo bem? Guys, over on the other side of the marina type thing is the area called Marco Zero. Been there, flown the drone a little bit. Real touristy type place, especially on the weekends or holidays. Anyways, point the camera down here. This is where the statues, question mark, are. I'm kind of curious. Looks like statues that Tim Burton might like. Okay, well, I rode out farther this way than I actually really planned, but it's good. The only problem with riding out further is it's also further back after all is said and done. So I'm going to take a little break, and then I'll head back. Hope you've enjoyed the trip. I'll do some editing, cutting, speeding up, slowing down, whatever. Try to make something of this. If you've got an idea where you might like me to travel in Boa Viagem, in Recife, let me know. I'll do her.